Hey there everybody, this is Mike, this is Let F Media, and hey, like the title said, today we're going to be talking about travel cameras. Every now and then I get the opportunity to go either on a weekend trip or a week-long vacation, and as a content creator slash camera enthusiast, I really enjoy taking a lot of cameras with me, and then after the vacation is done, coming back and letting you know my thoughts on each one of the cameras and how I was able to integrate them into capturing those moments, that you want to capture when you're on vacation with family, with friends. And so this current vacation is no exception. Went down to Florida for a week and I took a slew of cameras. And also, getting back to the title, like it said, I took all these cameras so that you don't have to. So let's talk about first, don't want to draw this out. So let's first talk about the cameras I took and then how I used them and then which ones I liked and didn't like and then my overall impression. So no particular order. These are the cameras that I took. The first one is the X3, the Insta360 1X3. Put that right there. Okay. And that's a camera that I take with me, either that or the X2 on every vacation without fail. We'll get into that in a minute. Also took a couple point and shoots. I took the G7X Mark III because I knew I wanted to get some very nice photos. And then I took the Sony ZV-1F. I got an ND filter here on the end. This one I usually take with me, probably more so than the G7X. And again, we'll get into that, but that one I probably take with me more often. This one I take with me on every vacation. It's the Insta360 Go 2. And then another one that I usually always take is the GoPro. This is the 11 with an ND filter and the Windslayer cover. I usually take that one on every vacation. I also took the camera that I'm using today for the video, and that's the DJI Osmo Pocket 1. Goes in this nifty little case, so this will serve as the representative for that camera. I took it, but did not take it out a single time, did not use it. And we can start with this one. The reason why I didn't use it is when you're out on the beach or you're out doing activities, this one isn't as durable as, let's say, a GoPro. And I just didn't want to risk it throwing it in a bag or using it around sand. So this one, even though I had hopes of using it, did not use it. Oh, and there's two other honorable mentions. One is back here. It's my Canon T7i DSLR camera. I did use that one because we took some family photos, and so that's the one I put on a tripod out on the beach and used to take all our family pictures. Could have used the G7X, but I just wanted to be fancy and use my DSLR. And then I also took my Hover 1X, or X1, maybe it's the X1, over there, and I did use that to grab some footage while I was out on a bike. So let's talk about the cameras first. Now, anytime I take these cameras, I always have a plan. I'm always thinking I'm going to use these cameras in one way or another. So I don't take them just for the sake of taking them. I take them because, for example, the G7X, I knew I wanted to take photos, and I knew it had an ND filter and a zoom lens, and so that was going to help me capture a variety of different things without having to change lenses or go find an ND filter that would fit that particular lens. So this one is very convenient and has a lot of features, and so I knew I would get at least one or two shots with that, which I did. And I'll throw those up during the course of the video so you can see the pictures that I took with the G7X. Now, I also took some photos with the Sony ZV-1F. This is always a reliable camera because it's got that fixed lens, 20 millimeter field of view. I like this camera when I'm out and about just because you don't have to fiddle with trying to put it in focus or get the right zoom distance or anything. You shoot it. And I got some pictures of the kids. They were my nieces and my niece and nephew, and they had a friend. Took pictures of them go-karting and doing some stuff. So love this camera for that purpose. Now the Go 2, I took this and was able to put it on the pendant, and even though I didn't use it to get POV shots, it was nice to always have a camera there, pop it off, take a picture or video. Got pictures of my wife and I walking into Buc-ee's with that camera. Took some other pictures. Let's see, where did I use it? I did use it to get some pictures when we first arrived there at the beach. So when I was actually walking from the house that we stayed in down to the beach, I was able to capture some video, and I'll show that walking up to the beach. And I took some photos and things of stuff that I passed. So again, very convenient. When I was out, again, running with this, I just have it clipped on my shirt. So easy to have with you. The GoPro grabbed some very nice photos with this because of the ND filter, some sunrise and sunset photos. Like this, also took pictures of the family when we were on the beach, trying to just, again, because you don't have to worry about getting the focal distance or getting it focused or getting the right lens. Just throw that ND filter on there. We're out at the beach and I'm grabbing pictures of the family and us getting set up so that I can remember, that vacation. So now that we've kind of gone through all the cameras that I took, what is my hot take on these cameras? Well, I will say this, that I take the X3 with me everywhere. This can do pretty much everything you need on a vacation. It takes great photos. Now they're going to be wide and you're going to have to deal with some cropping and you're going to have to, kind of edit it a little bit more. Ooh, sorry. But I love having this camera and it takes great video. And then you can get those interesting 360 shots, the tiny planet. And I took a picture where I was with the family and my niece was very impressed that I could scan around the room, just take one picture, look around, and we could see everything that was going on. So this, if you could only have one camera for a vacation, my personal opinion is take the X3. Just because it's waterproof, you can take it underwater. So if you're going to a beach vacation, now you do have to be mindful of the lenses because they are very fragile, very susceptible to scratches. So that is the one caveat with that camera. So definitely I keep it in this little neoprene case that it comes with. So that way I can keep those lenses protected. The other one that I would probably I would make sure it comes in a close second. This is the one that if I couldn't get the X3, this is the one I would get because it is a little bit less expensive and it is the jack of all trades, the GoPro. Again, you can see I've got an ND filter on there, very inexpensive off Amazon. The wind slayer does just what it says. It keeps down the wind noise when you're out there on the beach. So this, they call it a GoPro, but it's my go-to. This is the one that I would go to all the time. I take this with me on every vacation. I get great photos with this. I love taking pictures with a GoPro. And the Go-To, after I just called the other one my go-to camera, I love this camera just because of the form factor. It's so small. You can see in there that it's just so small. That camera is so easy to use. Now, I prefer this setup as opposed to the new Go 3. The Go 3 ends up being this big when you put it into the case, and this is harder to put in a pocket. This, I can put this in a pocket. I can throw this into a backpack and not have to worry about it getting dinged up. It's got the 1/4-20 mount right here, and so I can put that on a tripod. It's got the little legs to make it its own little tripod. I like this form factor so much better, and the image quality, okay, so it only shoots 1440, but in the Go 3, if you're in the what used to be called Pro Shot mode, where you can change the aspect ratio either from 16:9 to 9:16 in post, that caps out at 1440. I think they call it Real Shot. Anyway, the one that allows you to change up the aspect ratio on the Go 3 caps out at 1440. Now, if you don't use that and use the video mode, you get 2.7K. But the differences are probably pretty negligible. So I love this camera. If you can find this one, this is the one to go with. Now, as far as the point and shoots go, they're different cameras. So you have to be aware of that. The G7X because it does have a zoom lens. It does have ND filters. It does have some more features in it. This is probably for someone who knows a little bit more about photography. Sure, it's a point and shoot. You're supposed to point, press the shutter button, get it in focus, and then take a picture or video. But this has a little bit more of a learning curve. You do have the wheel here so that you can either do manual focus or choose your zoom distance. So a little bit different here. So this one, if you're new to cameras, probably wouldn't do this one. I would go with the ZV-1F. Now, the reason why I love this camera as opposed to the ZV-1, tighter image, and it's got a lot of the same features, but it's over $700. This comes in around $400 now. They've had it on sale for less than that. So I like this because, again, it's just so simple. And the pictures out of this thing are great, and the video quality is great. So this has become one of my favorite cameras, but for traveling, I like it. I use it a lot, but it is still a camera that's got a larger screen, and it isn't as durable as a GoPro. So it's a toss-up, I would say, between this and a GoPro. Final thoughts. It's hard when you're looking at all these very capable cameras to say one is better than the other, or that if you could only take one. Now, I did say earlier that if you can only take one, if you can only afford to buy one of these cameras, I would go with the X3 simply because of the versatility. This is just a fun camera to use. And when you're talking about family events, vacations, things like this, you can get some really creative shots with this camera. Now, having said that, just like with the X3, the G7X Mark III, there is a bit of a learning curve when talking about a 360 camera. There is some different editing that you have to do. Now, once you get used to that, this is, again, a very capable, reliable camera. But if you want something that is super simple, right out of the box, just point, shoot, no extra this and that, it's got to be the GoPro. The GoPro 11, this is the one I've got now, has a very low price point and a lot of different accessories that you can get for it, and will work in a variety of different environments. I've taken it to Alaska where it was 30 below zero, and I've taken it to beaches where it was up to 100 degrees. And this camera is very versatile, very reliable, very dependable. I've never had any of the issues that some of the people talk about where it gets hung up or it gets locked, you have to take the battery out, or you lose footage. I haven't had those issues. It's been very dependable for me. So out of this slew of cameras, if there's only one that I could take, reliability was the issue, well, it would have to be the GoPro. But for creativity, it'd be the X3. The rest of them are fun to have around, and they make they're a nice addition to what you're taking. Third place would probably be the Go 3. Again, it's just so good. I really enjoy using that. So if you haven't noticed, I'm a small camera guy. Really enjoy taking these smaller form factor cameras and getting the most out of them. So hey, like I said, want to keep this short. Don't want to drone on. So I hope this was helpful to you. So for the next time, for your next vacation, next time you go out, go do something, keep this in mind when it comes to cameras. And if you're looking to buy a camera for your family vacations, trips, adventures, hey, hope this helped. Let me know down in the comments what you think and some of the experiences you've had with these cameras or with other cameras that worked for you really well. And if you like this kind of content, hey, become a subscriber. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when the newest videos come out. And thumbs up if you like this video. Really does help out the channel. I appreciate it. So with that in mind, this is Mike. This is Low Def Media, and thank you for taking the time. Have a great week. We'll see you in the next one.